So I'm back with Tessa Jowell. And Tessa, I'd like to know a little bit about life as an MP and, of course, now as a cabinet member.
Well, it's incredibly busy, incredibly satisfying and exciting. Very, very hard work. And I love it. And I think every day I have cause to be grateful for the opportunity I've got in this way, and I think it's just an incredible privilege both to represent the people that I do, but also to have what I think is one of the best jobs in government.
And what are the biggest challenges of being an MP and a cabinet member?
Well, I think that, I mean, to put the two together is the important thing. You're not either an MP or a member of the cabinet. You are a member of Parliament who serves in the cabinet. And the most important thing is to be in touch with your constituency party, and most particularly the people that you represent.
So you enjoy your monthly surgeries, is it?
Weekly surgeries.
Weekly surgeries.
Weekly surgeries. I love my surgeries. I love my Fridays in the constituency. I guard that time very jealously indeed. It's a very busy time now in the run-up to the local elections, obviously. But it's that time when I try to do what I can to help the people that I represent, to pursue and act as an advocate for their interests, act as an advocate on their behalf. That's what makes me feel really rooted and gives me a sense of legitimacy in what I'm doing in the rest of the week as Secretary of State for Culture, Media and Sport and Minister for the Olympics.
You sound like you find all that very rewarding. I think you must have found the Britain winning the Olympics for 2012 very rewarding as well.
It was the most exciting day of my life. And I still look back on it and can't quite believe that we did it against all the odds, against all the predictions. But it was a small group of us that really believed this was possible, really believed that this would be a wonderful thing for London and for our country, and it will be.
And because you're very busy, you're Minister for the Olympics and also Minister for Women.
Also Minister for Women.
Also, which of course is a very important role. One thing that I think would be important to talk about is domestic violence, and of course the huge impact that has on a lot of people. I've read some research that you've been talking about where 1 in 4 women are still affected by domestic violence. Of course that has a huge economic effect. I think it's at 2.7 billion.
£2.5 billion
pounds effect on the economy, and even more importantly, of course, all the effect that it has on all the children, the children of the women that are being abused in their homes. What can a Labour government do for those women, for those children, for those families? Well,
we've done an enormous amount. I mean, we've done an enormous amount legislatively. I mean, the domestic violence bill provides a much higher level of protection for women in very practical ways than has been the case before. By providing the sexual assault centres in many accident and emergency departments. So a woman, after she's been attacked and is seeking help, can actually, in that moment of crisis, be supported in the decision to seek charges against the partner who has inflicted this injury on her. More refuges, obviously very important indeed to deal with the sense of crisis and emergency. But I think as we reflected in International Women's Day just last week, the other thing that's important is just continuing to say that for thousands and thousands of women, domestic violence is a sort of guilty secret. Women feel it's sort of their fault, that there is something deep in our culture which is misogynist in this respect, that a woman who's beaten must be asking for it, that she must have wound the man up, that that women can be very provocative, and so on and so forth. And I think what we have to say time and time and time again, both to those women and to their children, is that it is never your fault. Domestic violence is a crime, and it is not a guilty secret. It's something that the rest of society is there to help those women and children get through. And remember, for millions of women in this country, home is the most dangerous place. Still, 2 women are killed every single week in this country at the hands of their partners. So, while I can point to the progress that we've made, and I think in the Labour movement we can be proud of that, there is still an awful long way to go.
Thank you, Tessa. A very important message there. Back with Tessa shortly, where we'll be talking about the future for Tessa, future for the BBC and the future for the Labour Party.